Hello everybody, Bobster1984 back again, and today we're talking about football, but we're not talking about Newcastle United. Today we're talking about Germany versus England, which was last night. So I'm just going to offer some of my opinions on what I think the performance was like, the team lineup, things like that. I know it was only a friendly, so we're going to get to the bottom of what I think should be taking place now after this. First of all, I was quite happy with the lineup. Obviously, everyone knew Rooney wasn't going to play. I was really delighted to see Harry Kane leading the line up front. He's been fantastic again this season. There was an argument between him and Jamie Vardy, but I think overall, for the style of football that Roy Hodgson plays, you're going to have to go for Harry Kane up front. Now, the Germans obviously put out a strong lineup. I was a little bit surprised to see Mario Gomez back in the fold, but I don't really follow German football, as you can imagine. But it was a bit of a surprise. Other than that, it was quite a strong lineup for Germany. Now, when it's Germany versus England, I don't care what anyone says. It's never just a friendly. It obviously does mean something in terms of bragging rights against, the German scum. So obviously the game started was pretty tentative. I thought it didn't come across as a friendly. Jack Butland obviously injured himself quite early on. Now that's the first talking point for me. Jack Butland has been absolutely fantastic for Stoke all year, and obviously being a Newcastle fan, I know because he's put probably his best performance, one of his best performances in a game this season, which is against Newcastle at St James's Park when we drew 0-0 and we really should have beat them. But anyway, I think Jack Butland deserves to have a chance. I'm not being horrible or disrespectful to Joe Hart, but I was quite pleased to see him go off injured last week. I've got nothing against Joe Hart, but I think the England team needs a overhaul from start to finish, from everywhere. And I'm glad that Roy Hodgson obviously went with Jack Butland last night. He could have went with Fraser Forster. To be honest, they're both really good keepers. But Jack Butland, I think, deserves a chance for his performances this year. And to see him go, down injured, and then obviously initially, then straight away, obviously off after conceding the goal when England went 1-0 down is a little bit disappointing. And I feel really sorry for the poor lad. I think he's been fantastic, as I say, for Stoke, and I hope that he does get another chance. Now, obviously, Germany did score from a dodgy kick from Butland. Obviously, you could tell he was in pain. As soon as he kicked the ball, he was struggling. Maybe he should have kicked the ball out, maybe he shouldn't have, but at the end of the day, he didn't, so let's get over it. Anyway, the ball gets played to Cruz, and Cruz obviously unleashes a ball into the bottom corner. Any keeper in the world should really be saving it, but because Butland was injured, let's just give him a bit of slack. Then obviously in the second half, Mario Gomez goes up and makes it 2-0, and you think, well, here we're gone, typical England, gone over to Germany and making an embarrassment of themselves. But over the second half, England played some of the best football I've seen them play for a long, long time. And we're talking a long time because I'm not really interested in England friendlies nowadays. I used to be, but I think England have just been nothing but a letdown, and nobody can really argue with that. But when it gets to friendlies, I used to be excited for them, used to always watch them, but now I don't. But obviously, apart from the two friendlies we played against Scotland recently, obviously last night, I do watch the big ones. But second half we played really well. Dele Alli had a great game. I thought he bossed it, and obviously, we get a goal back through Harry Kane, which was a bit of individual brilliance with a Cruyff turn, a beautiful little tribute, obviously, to Johan Cruyff, who died last week. But it was the turn, obviously the finish in the bottom corner. I'm going to say it was classic Harry Kane because he's been scoring those goals all season for Spurs. And then Jamie Vardy comes on with 19 minutes to go, and this is the one that everyone's interested in because Jamie Vardy has been nothing short of brilliant all year. I was one of his critics in terms of, well, not a critic, but I didn't like all of this hype that was going around him in terms of, he's going to sign for Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man City, Man United, blah, blah, blah. Give the fucking bloke a chance, you know what I mean? And, he went on a run and he beat the record and blah, all of that shit, but, saying he's worth 30 million all of a sudden, come on, give your head a shake. Anyway, he came on and he was fantastic again, and his goal was just an absolutely sublime. The ball gets whipped in from the wide, and he just flicks it. It was the kind of goal you expect Cristiano Ronaldo to try every week for Real Madrid, but Vardy absolutely sublime and made Neuer look like an absolute tit. And obviously Dyer scoring in the 90th minute to cap an unreal comeback for England to win 3-2. away to Germany was brilliant. It brought back feelings of that 5-1, obviously in 2001, of how, yeah, that was a qualifier, but this wasn't a qualifier, but it was important in terms of getting a bit of confidence. This is where I wanted to get onto my talking point. Yes, England were fantastic, especially in that second half last night, but please, everybody, let's not get fucking carried away and say we're going to win the Euros and all that shit, because, you know, that's what we do typically as Englishmen. You know, we get far too carried away and we get let down. So let's just go into the tournament with lowered hope still, you know. Let's just pretend last night didn't happen, and let's just say that we're going to still be shit, because let's not get fucking carried away. But anyway, I think last night was a great performance, and it was a great glimpse into what England could be in the future in terms of the young lads coming through. Another shout out was for Nathaniel Klein. That's it. Just remembered who he was. I also thought Danny Rose played really well. The centre-back pairing of Cahill and Smalling was, you know, that's not the feature for me, but they did all right. Henderson, I'm not saying it because I'm a Geordie, but he's not class. And I know Welbeck played well. Welbeck's looked really sharp since he came back from injury. But yeah, let's not get fucking carried away. Let's just enjoy the moment. We've beat Germany, but for God's sake, let's didn't start all this shit about we're going to win the Euros. Anyway, I just want to offer my thoughts on the England game last night. If you want to leave some comments down below, let me know what you thought and who you think should be our, leading the line. Obviously, there's a debate about Rooney coming back in. I personally think Rooney shouldn't be in the starting lineup, but that's just me. What do you think? Definitely Harry Kane or Vardy ahead of him for me. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. My name is Bobster1984. If you do enjoy what you've seen, hit that subscribe button and obviously the like button. And I'll see you all in the next video very soon.